Thank you very much. Thank you for everyone coming out today and showing your support. This is a momentous occasion for us. I'd especially like to extend a thank you to Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad, as well as Coach John Cooper. As well, want to make a special, I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Bahir Manios. Honestly, without his tireless effort, vision, and all his hard work, and as some of you may know also, some of his tirades, none of this would have been possible. It's been 3 years of him investing, coming down to this community, and honestly, it's because of his efforts and vision that this has all been possible. So thank you, Bahir. In terms of keeping the ceremony moving along, we're going to do the ribbon cutting, quickly move into the gym, which I think everyone will be very impressed by, do a quick video as well as a chat with some of our very professional and experienced doctors and clinicians, and then ultimately do a quick tour. So we hope all of you will be able to participate in seeing this fantastic new facility. Thank you again for all your support.
Show on the road. Here you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand you those. You're going to stand right there at the top.
Hey, Coop, isn't this you? You know how to do this stuff.
You must have done this 1,000 times.
Yeah, that's a really good one there. I'll stand with you in it. What's right? I'll get it.
Go for it. Chad, get in.
Come on, we can do it together.
Let's go.
Jump in.
No, I'm behind you.
Jump in, right here.
There he is.
Chad, come on. Come on.
I got it.
Put your hands on.
Yeah, right here.
Just make sure we're going to do one where you look and smile at us, and then we can do a countdown so you can cut. All right? All right, so just look this way first. We're ready? Good? All right, I'll count down for you, okay? Try your best to look 40 steps down. All right? All right. 3, 2, 1, cut.
Well done, boys.
It's like we've done it before.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
John, good to see you.
All right,
Thank
let's
you.
go.
Wow. That's how I wanted to start my speech today is wow. So good afternoon, it's almost afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the grand opening of the Performance Lab, or what we call TPL. For those that I haven't had the privilege of meeting, my name is Bahir Manios, and I'm a co-founder of an investment firm based out of Toronto, Canada, called Genesis Financial Asset Management, or GFAM. Just a bit of background on us before we get going here. My partner, David Levinson, and I started this firm a year ago after spending 20 years as senior executives of a large investment firm that managed over $1 trillion of assets. GFAM, since its launch in June 2024, has made a number of investments in the financials and infrastructure sectors, with TPL being our first foray into the healthcare sector. And we could not be more thrilled to be here with you all today. I know Dave said those words up front, and he was very kind. He was hand in hand part of the journey with us the whole time. But just in case you haven't seen Dave, and just for the benefit of the YouTube feed, because I should have acknowledged that many of you are here today, and what a turnout. So thank you. And also wanted to thank all of those that are joining us also through the YouTube live stream. So maybe Dave, you can stand up, don't be shy, say hello. That's Dave. This project has been, as Dave said, a long time in the making. I've been visiting one of my oldest friends, Shant Melkonian. Where is Shant? Is he hiding? No, not here. Wow. Anyway, I've been visiting Sean here in Tampa for over 17 years now, since he called the city home. So I've gotten to know the city pretty well, and throughout the years, I've made some wonderful, truly wonderful friendships here. Discussions around this project started 4.5 to 5 years ago. We were still in the middle of COVID. We were doing a lot of video calls, a lot of Zoom calls, and Shant had an idea and said, "Hey, bro, do you want to come to Tampa next weekend? I can." And I said, "I can't because we're still in lockdowns in Toronto." So then we determined, okay, fine. As soon as lockdowns are done, why don't you come? Because I've got an interesting idea for you and a whole bunch of people for you to meet. So anyway, so I came down probably 5 to 6 times after that discussion, spoke to a lot of people, and really built up the conviction around the opportunity. And then we started to see sites. And then fast forward to September 2025, here we are. Some of you may remember this property as the Harley-Davidson showroom. And where we sit today was actually the service center for all the bikes. It was loud, it was bold, and full of horsepower. But just to be blunt, this was a rough looking building. And it needed a lot of work. And I'm using my words here very carefully and trying to be as polite as possible. I'm talking real blood, sweat, and tears went into getting this project up and running and getting this place to where it sits today. And now look at where we are. But don't take my words for it. Let's look at the transformation altogether.
In 2024, construction began on the complete transformation of our Dale Mabry location in Tampa, Florida, reimagining the building with a new purpose to advance the future of patient care. This groundbreaking project was designed to streamline every step of the journey, spacious, modern, where patients can heal, recover, and thrive. Spanning 25,000 square feet, the Performance Lab was purpose-built to set a new standard in musculoskeletal and brain health care. Inside, patients have access to advanced diagnostic imaging, specialized procedure rooms, and over 20 private exam spaces, all designed for seamless, efficient care. From our dedicated brain health suite to a cutting-edge performance center, every detail reflects our commitment to delivering precise treatment. The Performance Lab.
And while I stand here in front of you today talking about this place, the real credit goes to 4 individuals who worked nonstop on this project, really from its inception. I've got a couple of special shout outs. I'm probably going to miss a few people, but I really wanted to acknowledge these 4 individuals. First and foremost, my wife, Carolyn, who was instrumental, absolutely instrumental in with all the interior design. May have cost me a few dollars, but anyway. From every, and I hope you guys all go for your tours later, but every square inch of this place, all the details, all the furniture, etc. Karen was really the mastermind behind this all. And in addition to that, she also, from the side of her desk, managed the company's financial affairs for almost 2 years. So thank you, Carolyn. We appreciate you and I love you. My brother, Mahir. Yes. So I'm Bahir. He's Mahir. Yes, my parents were not blessed with creativity. They just said, replace the M with a B and call him Bahir. You know what? Why don't we just do that? My mom's here today, Josephine. Sorry. Thanks for coming anyway. Anyway, Mahir was in charge of overseeing all the architectural and structural design work. And I don't know where we would be today if it wasn't for his guidance and strategic oversight over the project. He unfortunately couldn't make it with us today because of scheduling conflicts, but he's watching on YouTube, and we really appreciate you, Mahir. And then, of course, there was the boots on the ground, as I used to always tell Dave. Shah, who's actually here now. One word for Shah. He's the maestro that keeps it all going. And then there's Mohaned. Where is Mohaned? There he is. I call him Mo. I've acknowledged the name Mohaned, but Mo really wears a lot of hats around here. But I call him the muscle and the horsepower behind the project. If you haven't met Mo up closely, go and say hello to him, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. So we couldn't have pulled this off without the four of you, and I'd like everyone in the audience, you've already done it, but let's do it all again to acknowledge them for a round of applause. In describing TPL, it's really much more than a medical center. It's a destination for recovery, performance, and total wellness. Whether you're a first responder, an athlete, a veteran, or just an ordinary person like me, simply seeking strength, clarity, and recovery from an ailment, this place was built for you. Under one roof, we've put together physical medicine and rehabilitation, interventional pain management, brain health and neuro recovery, advanced imaging and diagnostics, sports performance and recovery, and life care planning for long-term support. Every detail from the lighting to the layout was designed here to help people heal and recover. Here's a quick video of just a brief synopsis of what I just described.
Good morning, Tampa Bay. It's another beautiful day down here in Florida.
Welcome to the Performance Lab, Tampa's premier destination for complete musculoskeletal and brain health care. The Performance Lab is a 25,000 square foot purpose-built facility. Inside, every space supports smarter care.
Anything from spinal cord injury to brain injury to stroke, amputations.
Our founder, his main goal with this facility is to be able to take care of Tampa's finest.
If you get injured, not only can you recover, but you can actually walk out of here maybe better than you were previously.
We have the ability to image people here, to assess people here, and we have the ability to treat people here.
The facility boasts a brain health suite, PT center, diagnostic center, procedure rooms, 20-plus examination rooms, along with a state-of-the-art performance center. Our dedicated brain health suite features a team of clinicians who utilize diagnostic and therapeutic evidence-based equipment to support patients recovering from traumatic brain injury. Our collaborative approach to medicine and patient care integrates imaging, innovative procedure suites, and an industry-leading rehabilitation area, delivering faster and more efficient patient diagnosis, relief, and long-term recovery without delay.
Hi, I'm Dr. Cameron Galampur.
Hi, I'm Debbie Martasio.
David Nolan.
I'm Lauren King.
My name is Dr. Dan Cooper.
I'm Dr. Michael Lorenz.
Hi, I'm Marissa McCarthy.
Hi, I'm Hadi Shah. Welcome to the Performance Lab.
Better outcomes, faster.
So in summary, there's three quick takeaways from what I've just laid out in this short speech and the video. We're here to do three things: provide athlete-level care to ordinary people, provide better outcomes faster because it's all in one spot. And we're here to look after truly Tampa's finest. We've been very fortunate thus far in establishing in our short stint many, many wonderful partnerships in the community. And one of them being?
The game hasn't changed. We're still playing it on ice in the same board, same size rink, same everything. Listen, man, the game's been good to us. Don't cheat the game, don't cheat yourself. It's process over outcome.
I love that shot. Oh, I like that a lot. I love the effort here, fellas. Love the effort. Outstanding effort. I'm the Lightning with a Stanley Cup.
Lightning strikes twice. The Tampa Bay Lightning win their second straight Stanley Cup.
Go Bolts. We're thrilled to partner with Coach John Cooper of the Tampa Bay Lightning. There's not many people out there that understand performance at the highest of levels the way he does. Coach Coop, we are thrilled to have you be part of the journey with us, and maybe you can stand up and say hi. Coach Coop is really modest. I did want to give him the forum to say a few words, and he said, I'll pass it on. So then I'd like to also take a few moments to thank and acknowledge the support and presence of so many leaders and organizations who not only inspire us, but have joined us today to reflect the shared dedication that we have to the safety and wellness of the Tampa Bay community. Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Chronister, we're truly humbled. Truly humbled by your presence today, that you took the time from your busy schedule to be with us, and thank you on behalf of all of us for all that you do for us. And then in no particular order, we've got fantastic representation today in this room from the Tampa Police Department. Thank you for all, again, what you do for us day to day. We've got the Police Benevolent Association, Hillsborough County Property Appraiser, Tampa's finest hospitals, our great partners, Tampa General Hospital, Advent Health, Baycare, HCA. We've got the Tampa Chamber of Commerce. Hope, again, thank you for everything you've done for us, planning the event and for masterminding. We've got partners from MacDill Air Force Base, the Department of Defense, including CENTCOM and SOCOM. We've got the United Service Organization, the University of South Florida Athletics, USF Clinical programs. And then last but not least, to Tampa's beloved sport teams, the Lightning, the Rays, the Buccaneers. We've got also representation today from friendly competition, being the New York Yankees are here as well. And then a special nod to my hometown team, the Toronto Blue Jays as well, who are here today. And lastly, we also have representation from the United Soccer League. Thank you for welcoming the Performance Lab into your city and into your shared vision for what care can be. Intentional, elevated, and most importantly, very, very deeply human. Our team here is wonderful. I know you're going to say I'm biased, but they're truly wonderful. What you'll see from the panel that will come up in a couple of minutes is that they're all brilliant clinical minds. But most importantly, the people that work here were really hand-selected, not only for their smarts or their talents, but also because they're great human beings. I've spent on all my trips a lot of time getting to know these folks, interviewing them, etc. And it's remarkable just how warm of individuals they are and how much they just absolutely care for the patient's personal healthcare journey. I know I'm excited personally for what lies ahead for me as a person in my healthcare journey here. So I invite you all to join me in that journey. And so with that, I'm going to wrap up my prepared remarks for the day. I'll now leave you with 4 of my colleagues who, as I said, are some of the brightest minds in the industry, and really just to bring to life a lot of what we just said, some of these videos, using their decades of experience and having them share with you a lot of these examples from real life, how this stuff all works. So the panel will be moderated by Lauren King, one of the most experienced physical therapists in the Tampa Bay region. And so thank you again, everybody. We're truly humbled and grateful for you to be here. Lauren, take it away, please.
All right. I said good morning in my speech, but I'm going to say good afternoon because it's the afternoon now. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I'm Lauren King, and I'll be serving as moderator for today's discussion. I'm so glad you're all here to be a part of the Performance Lab's grand opening ribbon cutting and our very special physicians panel. Today we'll be talking about redefining recovery and human performance in the modern era. What that really means is looking at healing and peak performance through a completely new lens, one that combines advanced diagnostics and physician-led medicine with cutting-edge rehab, brain health innovations, and elite performance training. Instead of treating injuries in isolation, we integrate every aspect of care so that the body and mind work in harmony. Our goal isn't just to help people recover faster and more completely, but to elevate long-term health, resilience, and human potential. So a little bit about me. I earned both my undergraduate and graduate degrees from the University of Connecticut. I'm originally from New Jersey, and I've been practicing as a physical therapist in Tampa Bay since 2009. So if you add that up, it's almost 17 years of hands-on clinical experience. And I've had the privilege of working in nearly every setting you can imagine. I've worked in acute care, TGH, Advent Health, inpatient rehab, outpatient neuro and sports medicine, pediatrics, home health, long-term acute care, as well as assisted and independent livings. You name it, I've practiced there. I also built and helped to manage 2 PT practices. But that's enough about me. Let's get this show on the road. I'd like to hand it over to our panelists so that they can introduce themselves one at a time. Ladies first, let's start with you, Marissa.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for coming. My name is Marissa McCarthy. I'm a physical medicine and rehab physician here in the Tampa Bay area. I have a subspecialty in brain injury medicine. I grew up here in Tampa, so this is home for me. I went to medical school and undergraduate at the University of Miami. Go Canes! Anyone? Yes, thank you. Okay. After that, I did my physical medicine and rehab training at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas. I moved back home in 2009. I joined the James A. Haley VA in order to take care of our nation's heroes, active duty and veterans. So I've been doing that for the last 17 years. About 5 years ago, I joined forces with USF Concussion Clinic, where I also serve our public and private sector facilities. And now I'm here at the Performance Lab, and I am the Executive Director of Brain Health.
Thank you, Marissa. All right.
Hi there, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting us on this vision and our endeavor to open a beautiful, comprehensive place for rehab. My name is Michael Lorenz. I am a board certified internal medicine. I trained at Winthrop University Hospital in Long Island, New York, now part of NYU Health System. I moved down after residency to Tampa, Florida. I've been here since 2012, so 13 years. I've been practicing as a hospitalist at Baycare in St. Joe specifically, which is a trauma level center. Right there, as a hospitalist, I basically became a quarterback of a team. many specialists from neurosurgery, orthopedic surgeons. So I saw acute care facility and injuries, and I had to learn on the fly how to help and treat them and recover and get them recovered. The sad thing is I didn't get to see them all the way through their recovery. And here at the Performance Lab, I'll be able to help create that journey for them and complete their care. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lorenz. And last but not least, Dr. Hadi Shah.
Thanks everybody for coming. What a great turnout. Thanks to our visionary CEO on putting all this together and everybody behind the scenes that helped out. My name is Hadi Shah. I'm a primary care sports medicine doctor. What that means is I do a residency in family medicine with subspecialty and board certification training in sports med. I grew up in North Carolina, but now call Tampa home. Here at the Performance Lab, I am Chief Medical Officer and the Executive Director of Sports Medicine. Have some other jobs around town as well. As everybody probably knows, I do work with the Tampa Bay Lightning as one of their team physicians and their Chief Medical Officer as well. And then also Chief Medical Officer for the United Soccer League. So pretty busy, as my wife will tell you, but really excited to be here and be part of this. Everybody that knows me knows that we've been talking for a long time about a concept similar to this. And so when I met Bahir, and Shah, this felt like a natural fit and such a alignment in our vision. So just happy to be here.
Awesome. All right, so for this panel discussion, I'll start by asking each of you guys a question and get your individual perspectives, and then we'll circle back for a second round. Feel free to jump in respectfully if something sparks a thought. We want an open and collaborative conversation. So I'm going to start with you, Dr. McCarthy, again. All right, so many people think of recovery in terms of muscles and joints. How does brain health, through tools like hyperbaric chambers, vestibular therapy, and visual rehab, reshape the way we approach both recovery and long-term performance?
So I was told not to be nerdy. But I think everyone here should know that the brain controls the entire body. So if you have a healthy brain, it will follow suit, and your muscles and your nerves and your joints will also recover in a much better way. So we have a lot of tools that we can utilize, both traditional and cutting edge. So here at the Performance Lab, we're going to utilize our traditional therapies that we do, like vestibular rehab, vision rehab, cognitive rehab, whenever there's an injury to the brain. But we also have the ability to use new technologies, especially hyperbaric oxygen, to help augment the recovery after someone has undergone any type of injury.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Dr. Lorenz, you're next. As Executive Medical Director, you oversee an integrated model that blends internal medicine with advanced diagnostics and rehab. But does this approach improve recovery outcomes and patient experience compared to traditional siloed healthcare?
Great question, great question. Yes, it does. Basically what we've done here at TPL is go from a siloed approach. So a patient comes to our facility, everything is under one roof. Rather than the old traditional way of medicine being delivered, they would have to go to 5 or 6 different appointments. Here at TPL, it's all under one roof, like I just said. And the team is all on the same floor. So I will be working hand in hand with Dr. McCarthy, Dr. Shah, our great chiropractic team, our great physical therapy team, all on the same floor, in and out, in the trenches with them to get better outcomes for our patient. That's what we want in TPL.
Absolutely. And honestly, from my years as a PT, I can tell you that it's really hard when a patient discharges from a hospital or some other type of facility like that, and they want to get into outpatient therapy, or they want to get in to get an x-ray. They have to wait. I know for PT right now, the wait time is like 2 to 3 months to get in for outpatient PT. And here at TPL, we can get them in same day, same week, whenever they want. So I think that's going to be a huge thing for Tampa Bay, because it's really hard to get those services in a timely, efficient manner now.
I'll echo that as well. I mean, I think most people in this room that have dealt with the medical world, have kind of felt our pain, and so your example of physical therapy, it goes beyond that as well. I mean, you're talking about imaging, brain health, getting in for a pain management procedure, whatever it is. We dealt with the struggles, and patients especially have dealt with that and experienced that. So obviously this fills a need, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go on to you, Dr. Shah. As Chief Medical Officer and Team Physician for professional athletes, you've seen the challenges of fragmented care. How does having diagnostics, rehab, and performance training all under one roof allow you to deliver faster, more precise, and coordinated sports medicine care?
Yeah, I mean, I have been fortunate to work with a lot of professional athletes who have a lot of resources at their fingertips. And to be honest, even in those scenarios, we see sometimes the same struggles that your everyday person deals with. Yeah, they have access to the diagnosis, and diagnostic tools, the treatments, but then if and when scenarios come up that people need to get referred out, specialists are very busy, all over town. And so sometimes it takes a while. We can't, control a lot of that. So getting people in, in a streamlined, quicker manner, obviously is critical. And, we leverage what we can. We reach out to our colleagues in our network and have them do favors for us, but it's still tough. Which is why a place like this, I think will work so well.
Absolutely.
Just to echo his point a little bit, sorry, new with this mic. Kind of dovetailing what Bahir said earlier in introduction, we're trying to provide sports level care and medical care to the average person, because at the end of the day, no matter if you're a sports star or a weekend warrior like I try to be on Bayshore running and spraining an ankle, at the end of the day, we're just all patients, and we all should and deserve the best level of care possible. And we're trying to do that here at Performance Lab.
Awesome, thank you. All right, second round, guys. We're almost done, and then you guys can see this beautiful facility. Okay, so Dr. McCarthy, back to you. Concussions, dizziness, and cognitive symptoms can be invisible, yet life-altering. How does your team approach these challenges differently at TPL compared to a traditional care model?
So that's exactly correct. Brain injury, mild-traumatic brain injury, concussion, a lot of times you can't see an individual that's suffering from the result of having had a concussion. And that can look very much like dizziness, balance problems, trouble finding the words that they want to say. Maybe they're having constant ringing in their ears. So kind of like this mic. So what we do is we approach each of the individual symptoms that they're having to try and address those issues at the core. So, for example, if they're having issues with dizziness, there's a system that controls how your body perceives itself in space. So we're going to address the eyes and the vestibular system. We're also going to check the inner ear as well. So we're able not only to identify, but to also target and treat the areas that have been disrupted from the concussion that they've had. So it's really great because you're working in an interdisciplinary approach where different specialists have the ability to kind of come together, figure out what's wrong with the issue, and solve it as a team.
Awesome, thank you.
I want to add something to that as well. I mean, coming from the primary care world, there's going to be a common theme here for everybody, trying to figure out, where I can send my patients that, might have a brain injury, right? And again, leveraging every person network I could, it was still a struggle to find somebody that I knew that I felt comfortable with that, hey, evaluate somebody, diagnose them, but then they struggle with, okay, where do we send this patient for vestibular rehab, vision therapy, audiology, all the things you mentioned, and even with some coordinated care by staff at those facilities, you can set up things, piecemeal it, but it's still a struggle. And then what people would notice is that when patients would come back, you give them a list of things to do, they'd come back and not much was done because it was kind of left up to them to kind of figure it out on their own. And so, I think we take pride in that piece where we deliver almost concierge level care where we will, facilitate those appointments. And obviously when you have everything in one place, then that certainly helps. I'll also say, we have a lot of stuff for brain health here from what I've seen. I'll give a lot of credit to our ownership group on this. They're not sparing any expense on this. They want to get the latest and greatest tech in here. We've had conversations about music therapy that David introduced us to that we want to bring in-house. And there's so much research going on in that space, and we don't want to just treat people. We want to maybe partner with facilities in town and maybe also do some research.
To Dr. Shah's point, we have MRI with cutting edge AI software to help us image differently, faster, so people don't have to sit in an MRI for 45 minutes to an hour. Scans can be anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes with even better, precise pictures and images for radiologists. And more importantly, we also have a hyperbaric oxygen therapy here at the facility. So we're trying to partner with USF for our clinical research. We also want to do research with brain health as well as musculoskeletal injuries. If you guys, I don't know if you guys follow WNBA, but about 2-3 months ago, Caitlin Clark got injured and she went in for hyperbaric treatment. And there's been a potential avenue for improved recovery because of the way that hyperbaric oxygen therapy helps through angiogenesis and in decreasing inflammatory processes in the muscles. So it's all here. It's all here. We can't wait to show you guys the place. It's going to be fun.
Awesome. I was actually going to ask Dr. McCarthy to explain really quickly, if you can quickly, in like maybe 2 or 3 sentences, what hyperbaric oxygen therapy is and what we have here specifically so that people understand it.
So hyperbaric oxygen is exactly what it sounds like. You're giving oxygen to the body at a higher percentage, but it's very similar to diving. So when you dive, you're changing the atmosphere by foot. I believe our chamber can go 200 feet. We can go about 2.5 to 3 atmospheres. And at those levels, like Dr. Lorenz mentioned, there are things that happen physiologically that help with the healing process in many parts of the body.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. All right, Dr. Lorenz, back to you.
Uh-oh.
As a certified life care planner, you look far beyond acute injury. How do you build care plans that anticipates a patient's long-term needs and support, sustained health, and peak performance over time?
So as I said earlier, I was a hospitalist at St. Joe's Hospital. And so I would only see people in their acute injury and their face. So I would write a physical therapy script, and then they would have to go to the outpatient center, try to find a PT area. And what I could not see was their transgression and their improvement long-term. What life care planning does is create a plan for that patient, for their, like it says, for their life. Especially since we have traumatic brain injury and brain health here, we can create a plan for that patient. Sometimes patients don't have the means to create or have the means for their plans and their care plan. And so by me delineating what they need on their daily life, I mean, it could be as simple as wipes to wipe themselves, catheter stuff, support. And it is a full comprehensive list to make sure that they have the quality of life that they had before the injury and to help them with their activity of daily living as an adult. And so they don't lose any of their self-confidence. And it's what it is. It's sad but serious.
Yeah, I was going to say life care planning involves every aspect, even from having someone come to your house to help clean your home. As someone ages with a disability, they can often lose some of the skills that they once had. So with life care planning, you're also forecasting the needs that they may incur as they continue to age. That could even include power mobility. It could include other things like lawn maintenance, housekeeping services, and aid and attendance. So those are also included in life care planning.
It's definitely things that we take for granted on a daily basis that we have to project and help the individual and the patient be as they were before. So it's a very, very niche and very great value add for our patients at the Performance Lab.
Awesome.
Real
Thank
quick,
you.
I'll say
Go
that
ahead.
it's not easy to do. It's very comprehensive, very thorough, and I'm glad there's somebody here that is specialized and certified to do it.
Awesome. All right, Dr. Shah, last question. You specialize in advanced sports medicine and regenerative therapies. Looking ahead, what breakthroughs, whether it be treatment, technology, or injury prevention, do you believe will most transform how athletes and active individuals recover and elevate their performance?
Good question. There's a lot out there right now. I mean, I'm sure, in the regenerative world, everybody's heard about, PRP and stem cell and peptides and exosomes and all these things, the latter two still, require some more research, and they may have a profound impact on things down the road. PRP as an example, and stem cell. I mean, PRP started 20-something years ago. It just gets more publicity now, and it's more readily available. But they're identifying ways to make PRP even better by adding other, growth factors and stimulants to it. So a lot of that's kind of going on right now. But I think more imminently, AI's role in medicine is really going to be the next thing that really kind of answers your question of how it separates. And in terms of like imaging, like Dr. Lorenz mentioned earlier, there's AI technology now that helps diagnose, things quicker. You can, scan faster. There are MRIs that I found this out recently, and we'll something else that we might bring in house here. But there's AI technology and MRIs that will identify areas of muscle breakdown, of tendon breakdown, of stress reactions in bone that can predict injuries. So you can modify the athletes, the everyday person's treatment protocols and so on. So I think that's probably the most imminent thing.
Yeah, we call that prehab.
Yeah.
So before you need rehab, we're going to prehab you so you can avoid injury.
And God forbid, if you actually do have a serious injury, we have 2 suites here with C-arm capabilities, fluoroscopy, ultrasound. So Dr. Shah can work his magic on anybody that needs it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. Thank you for all of your insights. But before we finish, I'd like to ask each of you to share one thing you most want people to know about TPL, something that sets this facility apart and will make a real difference in the lives of those that we care for. Marissa?
So I said this to everybody yesterday, and I think everybody in this room will probably agree with me, even people that just started as soon as yesterday. We're a family. We're not only a family among our staff, but we're a family for our patients too. And we're here 24/7, 7 days a week, whatever your needs are. And this is a great group of individuals to work with. And I really am very blessed, and I'm passionate about this project, and I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you. How about you, Dr. Lorenz?
That's gonna be a hard one to follow up. Family, tearjerker over here. Echoing a little bit of what Dr. McCarthy said, I agree, it's family. But at the end of the day, I think we just want everybody to feel like they are, not family, but almost like a special concierge level, hand-holding to take away any type of emotional stress, because they also have physical stress and emotion behind that. And we want to make sure that this is as seamless as possible, all our care, from a wonderful staff that greets you when you open that front door, to the checkout, to in the in-between phase, where you have our wonderful medical assistants, our back staff that's doing all the dirty work, as I call it, as a hospital, but they're the ones keeping the wheels oiled and making this beautiful facility run. We want everybody to feel that level of care, compassion, here at the Performance Lab, and that's what we want to bring to Tampa Bay.
Awesome. How about you, Dr. Shah?
Yeah, I'll be boring and kind of like follow suit with that. We have a beautiful facility here, have a lot of tech here, have good partnerships and networks with people around town, but at the end of the day, it's about the people here from the top down, right? I mean, I know that when I first started a couple months ago, meeting these guys and meeting our ownership group and everybody behind the scenes provided me with a lot of reassurance that I'm in a good place, and this is gonna definitely fill a need in the Tampa Bay community. Again, from our ownership CEO Bahir and his vision to bring this here. Just really excited to be part of this.
All right, awesome. So thank you all for joining us for this special physicians panel.
Yeah.
I hope you guys got some good takeaways. You probably have some additional questions. We'll all be around so you can totally chat with us. Thank you to Dr. Marissa McCarthy, Dr. Michael Lorenz, and Dr. Hadi Shah, and every one of you that is here today supporting us. And now I'm pleased to introduce our Chief Operating Officer, Debbie Martaco.
Thank you, Lauren. And that's a tough act to follow with that great panel of physicians that we have. As Lauren mentioned, my name is Debbie Martacio, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at TPL. I'm a registered nurse, and I've been a hospital administrator in this area for over 30 years. More specifically, I was with University Community, who became Advent Health for the last 25 years. I was introduced to Shah Melkonian, which I'm sure he disappeared again. There he is. He's our administrator, and he came knocking and said, Deb, how'd you like to help us out? This is back in May with some consulting. I said, oh, Shant, I'm really not looking to go back to work. I had been retired for 14 months at that time. He kind of twisted my arm and said, you can do it. So I said, 2 to 3 hours a week, I can help you make contacts, reach out to people. One thing led to the next. Shant called me up and said, Deb, what do you think about becoming our Chief Operating Officer? Well, by that time, I already knew what the vision and the mission were about, was really excited about the project. And he said, I want you to meet this guy, Bahir, our owner and investor. And I can tell you, once I met Bahir, that kind of sealed the deal for me. I heard his vision, I heard where we were going with TPL, and just got very excited about the project. So here I am, back working again full time and loving it. So as you can see, we built a beautiful building here. To date, we have 50 employees. Most of them are standing over there or they're hiding somewhere. But when you look at numbers, in addition to the physicians we have here up on the stage, we have 7 board certified physicians, 4 chiropractors, 3 doctorate prepared physical therapists, brain health therapists, radiology, MRI, hyperbaric techs, and support staff. These team members, as Bahir mentioned, and I think others you've heard from, have been handpicked. We have the luxury of picking the best and the brightest in the Tampa Bay area. And as we interviewed them, I think Bahir mentioned this, we were looking for those characteristics in our employees. We went through our regulatory visit with the state, and if you've ever been through an AHCA survey or Agency for Healthcare Administration, you know those are not very easy things to go through. That was August 21st, and I'm proud to say we passed with flying colors. We went on to receive our license to operate on September 3rd, and we had our soft opening last week. We've already been seeing patients and changing their lives, and I'd like to read this message from our first patient we saw. This was a 35-year-old man who was in a motor vehicle accident. He was hit by an 18-wheeler. And this is what he said. I was recently involved in a horrible car accident, and I was recommended to the Performance Lab. Although they weren't quite open yet, they made accommodations to see me as soon as possible. When I arrived, everybody was so nice that made me feel comfortable and at ease. They also showed compassion me for the loss of my dog that was involved in the accident. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend this to anyone that is looking for care after an accident. They do everything in-house, so you aren't running around to town to different places. I would really like to thank them for all the help navigating me through this difficult time. Now, I met this gentleman and his mom. When they first came in, they looked so scared. By the second time they came back the next day, his mom was smiling from ear to ear. She felt so comfortable she could go back home, which was out of state. So that's one. There's a second one I received, and I want to recognize our chiropractic team. One of our key chiropractors, Dr. E, as she's known. Raise your hand. This came into us as well. The Performance Lab is next level in all around physical wellness facilities, and they're absolutely blessed to have Dr. E on staff in the chiropractic side of the office. Her listening skills and attention to detail in her care plans are outstanding. So this is the type of clinician we've hired. So we definitely want to give our staff great kudos and a hand. And as you've heard from everyone, TPL is something special. Being able to have a fully integrated and collaborative care model, each patient will have a plan of care individualized for them. They won't have to experience fragmented care, disjointed appointments for each treatment modality that we often see today when seeking care. We've created a world-class compendium of services, as you heard from all of our panel. It's all under one roof for our patients who've experienced brain or musculoskeletal injuries. We hope you saw evidence of this today. And as I conclude, all of us at TPL would like to thank everyone for coming. We appreciate your attendance. Please spread the word. We are fully open for business. And as I think the last group mentioned, we will be doing tours. If you would like to gather over by the window, and if anybody has any questions, you'll have all of our experts that are over there to answer some questions. So thank you very much for coming.